Marvel's Spider-Man rarely has a disappointing moment. Right from the beginning, a combination of high-speed action and outstanding writing creates a harmonious adventure that combines action, storytelling, and graphics for a near-perfect experience. The optional objectives can be a bit repetitive, but Marvel's Spider-Man is a superhero game that rivals the excellency of the Batman Arkham games.
Coming through.
Looking good, Spidey!
Hello, New York! Haha! New suit, same old me.
This isn't an origin tale. Marvel's Spider-Man begins where the novel, A Hostile Takeover, left off. Spider-Man's leading the charge against the Kingpin, but things only escalate from there, with new enemies and challenges that will test Spider-Man's physical and mental fortitude beyond anything he's faced before. Insomniac Games has taken a great deal of time to ensure that every character not only represents their iconic persona, but with their own twist.
Idiots! I'm the one who kept order in this city!
The story follows a common theme of revenge, power, and responsibility. Some villains are given more time than others, but all of them serve a purpose. None of them are here for no reason and help build the core story and the world around you. Mr. Negative takes center stage as the most notorious villain you'll encounter, and he does a fantastic job of portraying not only a deadly threat to the city, but a sympathetic person overwhelmed by his inner demons. The adventure is long, taking around 15 hours for the core campaign and about 30 to earn a platinum trophy. To prevent anything from getting stale, Insomniac introduces a steady stream of unique environments, notorious criminals from the Spider-Man universe, and new information key to the story. Right to the final credits, Insomniac delivers a campaign that's worthy carrying the Spider-Man name. Sound design, voice acting, and the soundtrack are icing on this beautiful Spider-Man cake. Every character, the motion of Spider-Man moving through the environment, and the soundtrack that plays gives this world life. When you head down into the streets, you can see squirrels and pigeons around as people look in excitement as Spider-Man walks down the street. You can see how much dedication went into ensuring everything was designed to perfection. However, a major issue the game faces is voice calls. Throughout the adventure, Spider-Man receives and can intercept calls from various characters throughout the world. Some are optional, like Jonah Jameson's Just the Facts, but others are critical to the story. The issue is that these calls can be interrupted when diving into a mission or if a crime is happening. Cutting the call. You'll have to wait until Spider-Man recalls the person or if JJ's talk show starts again. An option to allow the player to listen when the game is paused would resolve this problem, allowing the player to pause the action and listen. What Marvel's Spider-Man truly excels at is its gameplay. Insomniac Games has captured the agility and speed Spider-Man is known for. Swinging throughout New York is one of the most fun experiences in the entire game, thanks to a simple yet visually outstanding acrobatic system. The whole system revolves around momentum and keeping up the speed with leaps, swings, and wall running. The controls are simple, with the developers giving Spider-Man enough control that the player won't have to input every command. You'll still need to be aware of where you run and where to swing, but the automatic system helps running through these tight spots and display commands for extra boost. Once you come to grips with the controls, using the fast travel system, although plentiful and useful, will become something you'll unknowingly ignore. The open world of New York City is teeming with optional objectives to complete, but most of them focus on busy work. This includes capturing bases, fixing radio towers, stopping crime, and so on. They're not all unlocked from the start and slowly become available as the campaign continues, since most of them are story related. What Insomniac has astonishingly accomplished is making all this busy work fun. Not only is getting to the objective a thrill, but gameplay overshadows the tedium of completing the same objective. Best of all, you're constantly earning experience and specific tokens to unlock new suits, gadgets, skills, and modifiers to increase Spider-Man's already overwhelming array of talents.
Kingpin is heading to prison.
Skills are separated into 3 categories that include Innovator, Defender, and Web Slinger. If you complete all the side missions, you'll unlock all the skills by the end of the campaign. Gadgets themselves are story related and unlock as you progress, and suits serve mostly cosmetic purposes. Each of them unlock a new suit power, but you can mix one suit's power with another if you prefer a specific costume. Suits can be further upgraded with different modifiers to enhance many different abilities for that custom fit. Combat components in Spider-Man's arsenal include speed and agility, but mostly overshadow his overwhelming strength. In fact, the developers, with the exception of cutscenes and specific moments, have toned down Spider-Man's strength while in combat. Enemies, especially in the end of the game, can require up to 10 plus hits to take down, whereas Spider-Man can be easily defeated with a few hits. Enemies come in your standard variety of small grunts, heavies, and other types depending on their faction. Each one requires specific tactics to take down, and if you're done with a flare, Spider-Man can earn focus points to heal or perform one-hit finishing moves. The suits themselves come in their own one-charge use abilities, such as increasing focus, speed, strength, or other modifiers depending on the player's preference. Much of Spider-Man's abilities and talents are customizable, to a large degree. Players can choose to invest into speed, strength, or defense depending on their playstyle. What is strange is that Insomniac hasn't included a test arena, but you get a demo of the ability in action. Spider-Man does have the ability to take out enemies stealthily, and sometimes it's mandatory. Once spotted, Spider-Man cannot return to the shadows, but stealth is very forgiving. Spider-Man can scan the area for hostiles, which marks them if they're vulnerable to stealth takedowns, or if taking them out will alert other enemies. Those familiar with other stealth games like Dishonored and Metal Gear can easily exploit the coin of vision to chain together web takedowns with some practice, but don't expect an elaborate stealth-based system here. Spider-Man won't be the only playable character in this adventure. You do take control of Peter Parker and other characters. The others don't have Spider-Man's speed or strength and must rely on stealth. These sequences are far between and rely heavily on standard stealth mechanics, memorizing the walking pattern and using sound to distract enemies. It's not a stellar system, but it provides insight into how these characters accomplish their goals instead of just relying on Deus Ex Machina.
Swallow that Parker pride and accept that you're human, like the rest of us.
The boss battles in Marvel's Spider-Man are truly spectacular. Each one uses their own iconic movesets and goes above and beyond for some of these out-of-this-world fights. There wasn't a single boss fight that didn't provide something unique or jaw-dropping throughout the campaign.
The city beat, which means I get to focus
Insomniac Games has done nothing less than a magnificent job with Marvel's Spider-Man. The stealth option is exploitative, and the optional objectives can become repetitive, but these are small issues for an adventure that soars higher than Spider-Man can jump. The boss battles, gripping tail, or just swinging around New York City was such a joy that any minor issue was swallowed whole. Those wishing for the perfect Spider-Man game, Insomniac Games has granted your wish with Marvel's Spider-Man.
So what's your end?
I don't have one. I just listen.
Okay. Up in.
She's good.